My name's Heather, and so a little bit about myself is that I was born in China and came to the States 20 years ago. I started my spiritual journey about 4 years ago. I'm a Reiki master, and I self-taught myself tarot, and I also practice Norse Rune, which is a divination tool from the Northern Europe. Uh, I know everybody here have probably seen a tarot card, so I don't need to show you that. But this is a rune that I practice, which is an old divination tool from North Europe. And I'm also a Norse shaman that I believe in shamanism. That, quick question for you. What is the oldest profession in the world? I guess so. Many people would say that. Any other guesses? Yes, that's the right answer. Prostitute is also very old as thief and robber, I guess. But shaman is also shaman is the oldest profession because in the old time, people don't have like hospitals or schools or any professional facilities we are using to have right now. But so the shaman is taking a big chunk of people's life by pulling rituals. If they need water, they would beg the god for water, for rain, for wind, to bless them a good harvest. They will cure disease for people, more like a doctor or nurse nowadays. They will firefighting. They will do the protection for the village or the surrounded area. So and also they do teaching, like the teacher here. They will teach like astrology or numerology or divination or any other things. And also they are historians. They tell stories to people, so the legends can live on. The reason I'm mentioning this is that it's all related to our inner guidance. Because how many people here are dog person or cat person? Who are the dog person? Raise your hand. Who do you consider yourself cat person? Who like the like lizards or snake? That kind of like reptile person. Okay, and who? Are, yes, and who are into birds? Birds. Yes. Yes. So that is a very, the reason I'm asking the question is that when we talk about spirit, I guess all of you have heard about spirit animals, right? So many of us have our spirit animals. So for example, are you a dog person? Then it's highly possible you are more drawn to the kind of animal like a dog, wolf, or fox. But if you are more cat person, then you are naturally attracted to like a tiger, lion, cat, panther, cheetah, right? So those are two very distinguished groups. They all have their different personalities, their habits, their preferences. So the spirit clan is a more similar concept to that, is that we all belong to a certain clan when we were put onto this earth. And animal is a big chunk of it. So that's why when you hear about those Indian traditions, you will know people saying, I'm from the eagle clan, I'm from the wolf clan, I'm from the bear clan, right? So those animals are certain clans. But in addition to those animal clans, there are also plants. There are also other elements. So there are rock clans. That means those people are very attracted to like stones or rocks or crystals. There are also earth clans. Those people are very attracted to earth, to mud, to clay, to pottery. There are also people a fire clan. That means they just love fire. They love candle. They love torch. They love anything that lights up everything. There are also people from the cloud clan that when they read the cloud, they can read the messages from the clouds. When the clouds get together and separate, they will get a message from there. The reason I'm introducing the spirit clan to you is that we not only just have our spirit animal, we all belong to different clans when we were put into this earth. And that may be related to your national origin or your race when you were born. But it may also be something different than where you are coming from. And also there are other cultural perspectives add on top of it. So a very funny story I will tell people is that because I'm Chinese, so whenever I go to a psychic fair, people will ask me, do you use I Ching? I said, no. They said, what do you use? I said, I use Rune. But tons of time, I also see a lot of American people, those, old white guys, they practice Chinese medicine and acupuncture, which I know nothing about. So when we look at each other, we feel like we are put into the wrong body or the wrong country to start with. but we are practicing something very different than what we were born with. So that is one message I want to let you know, is that even you are born somewhere or you belong to a certain race or religion or something, that's not necessarily what your spirit patterns are, not necessarily your spirit clans are. And there are so many funny stories that same family members do not belong to the same clans. That can be a disaster. I know many families, their parents are like the small animals, like rabbits or pig or lamb or, those kind of like very gentle, small animals, like living stocks. But they raise a daughter or son who is like a meat lover. Like, for example, they might have a daughter who is a tiger. So they would keep fighting. They could not understand each other. They have no clue why you always get into trouble. Why every time you need to get into a fight? Why you always order us to do everything? Because she is a tiger. But the mom or dad, because they are not tiger, they are like the rabbits or lamb. They are getting used to, I will obey whatever you say. Whatever you say, I agree with you. They are more like that kind of, so that's why we always refer to, oh, he's a different animal in our family. Because that's highly possible. That person, even on the family tree or the bloodline or whatever generic thing you talk about, yes, he is your biology father, or she is your biology mother, or yes, he or she is your biology children. You are not necessary to be coming from the same spirit clans. And that's why we are all born with our own gift and specialty to receiving messages better compared to others, because if we are certain clans. So for example, the people from the fire clan, they can read candles or read the fire flames as their way of receiving the message. On the other hand, if the people is from the water clan, they are more tend to get message from the water, from the river, from the rain, from the cloud. So do not limit yourself to a certain divination method, because if this thing does not work out well for you, there may be another. So does that make sense to you? So after this, any guess who is your own clan is? Anybody think they are the fire clan? Anyone think they are the water or cloud or rock, or what are you? Water? So in that case, you will be, so a good thing for you is that it's very easy for you to connect with water. And remember, human bodies, majority of it is water components. So you can do a lot of things, and you will have great emotional or psychology powers, because water is everywhere. Water is almost like literally everything on this earth. So that's a good thing. But on the other hand, if you believe you're a water clan, then you must be very good to those sea animals. I know a girl who is the water clan. She is more like the dragon clan. So she was told she should not eat any seafood. So like a crab or shrimp or fish or clam, those kind of things, because they are considered close family members or relatives, and you are not supposed to eat them, right? So that's something new to me that I never think about, is that every clan will have their gift and blessing. They all have their certain taboo that you should follow, because what's not appropriate for you may be very appropriate for me, because we are coming from different clans. So that's why, I don't know why, but because I'm a shaman, and there are so many religions on this world would prohibit you from eating certain animals, right? There are certain religions don't want you to eat pork. There are certain religions don't want you to eat beef. There are certain religions don't want you to eat other meat. But there's one time I read a shaman's book, and he had a very interesting point, because he works with plants. He's a herbal shaman. And he said, is that fair to these plants we are eating every single day if we are all against the meat? And that is a very good point, because plants have their feelings and have their spirits too. So if he is a shaman that he works with the plants, then it does not matter if he wants to eat whatever animal became available to him, but he must be very respectful to the plants he works with, and respect when a life is taken, because that's his family member, that's his real family member, as it is supposed to be. So that's why I bring this topic, that you can all think about what do you think you are from the spirit clan perspective and from your spirit animal perspective, you will find the animals who you're always against, and you will find the animals you always can be very good friendship with. But also, when you get your messages, do not try to copy others because we are all different. Some people get a message from the clouds, some people get a message from the water, some people get a message from the fire. Whichever works for you will work for you, and you will get very unique information from that element or that plant or that animal or whatever elements it is. So that's something I wanted to introduce this topic to you. So any questions or comments? Yes.
Can your spirit and your soul be part of two different clans?
Yes.
So you have that mix.
Yes, of course. Because those clans, they will have like marriage, right? Spiritual marriage. So it's quite common that one is from the wolf clan, the other from the eagle clan. If they get married and they have kids, then the kids will carry the gene, the spiritual gene, from the both clans. Yes, so that makes perfect sense. Thank you for the question. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah.
I'm curious, because when you're younger, you felt like you were part of a certain clan.
Yes.
When you're older, you change.
Yes. Yes, that's a very good question too. That's true. That many kids, when they were young, they are very drawn to a certain animal. But when they grow older, as something happening in their life, the other things might happen too. So if you learn about Buddhism, Buddhism believes that there are so many seeds in our life, but not every seed can come into fruition. Right? So imagine you have a garden at your home, and I give you a bunch of seeds like pumpkin, apple, orange, apricot, whatsoever. I can give whatever seed I have. They are all in our soul. But the thing is that whether the weather in your garden can allow all the seeds to become fruition, not necessarily, right? Maybe it's too hot for certain, maybe it's too cold, maybe some plants need more water. So some seeds will become into fruition and become bloom to the full life cycle. But there are certain seeds, no, they don't have the enough sunshine, or no, they don't have the right temperature. So they will never become fruition. So that's why it's also common that when I was little, I love bear, but when I grew up, I love tiger more. It's very common too. But that seed is there. It's just whether that seed were given the opportunity to become into fruition. Does that answer your question? Yes. So any other questions? Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
The fact that, your salmon, like harnessing it.
Yes, so that's because it's very important for us to realize why we are here on this earth, right? At the end of the day, the only thing matters is not how much money you make or what title you made, because nobody will carve it on your stone anyway. But the thing is that who are you and why are you here, and what is the life lesson you must fulfill this lifetime, so you get it. So that's why it's important to learn about the self, to learn about why it comes to me. As I said, why I always fight with my parents, why I act different of all my family members. The more you know about yourself, the better you know about how many seeds are there, so you can choose which are the seeds you want to become into fruition, which are the seeds you do not want to. And then, you can, that's how you can change your destiny. Because if you don't know, you just follow destiny. But if you know it, then you know, oh, okay, I know somebody planted an apple seed in my garden, but I hate apples. I don't want this to become into fruition. Then I don't give the fertile thing the apple is looking for, then I will never have an apple tree in my garden. So you can kind of like prevent it to happen, because a seed is a seed. You cannot touch the seed, but you can choose. I do not allow a certain poisonous or a plant I hate to become into fruition. And then that's the real spiritual lesson that you need to fulfill. Yes. Yeah, what's your question? What's your question? Okay, great. Okay, yeah, thank you so much for your time. I will be doing readings upstairs on the second floor, and look forward to seeing you all there.